Welcome, dear dreamers. We begin this meditative journey by finding a comfortable, quiet space. Allow yourself to be transported to the serene expanse of a vast desert at the magical hour of twilight. Close your eyes gently and take a deep, calming breath. Feel the cool, soothing sand beneath you, embracing the fading warmth of the day. The gentle breeze, a tender whisper of the evening, caresses your skin, bringing with it the refreshing coolness of the approaching night. Visualize the sky. A grand canvas transitioning from the bright azure of day to a softer, deeper hue, signaling the end of daylight. The sun, a fiery orb, now mellows as it kisses the horizon, painting the sky with a symphony of colours. Vibrant oranges, deep purples and soft pinks. Listen to the subtle sounds around you. The distant call of a desert bird. The soft rustling of the wind through the sparse vegetation. And the quiet, rhythmic breaths you take. With each inhalation, draw in the peace and stillness of the desert. Letting it fill your being with a sense of calm and wonder. With every exhalation, release any tension or thoughts that clutter your mind. Leaving them to be carried away by the desert wind. As you continue to breathe deeply, feel a growing sense of anticipation and excitement for the journey ahead. Imagine yourself becoming lighter, more buoyant, and ready to embark on an adventure filled with discovery and enchantment. In this state of relaxation and openness, prepare to journey alongside Fari, the inquisitive fennec fox, as he embarks on his twilight voyage from the wonders of the desert to the glowing allure of city lights. As the last rays of the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the sand, Fari, a young and curious fennec fox, ventured out from his burrow. The desert, a place of quiet solitude and unspoken mysteries, was where Fari had spent all his life. But tonight, something extraordinary caught his eye. A sight so unusual and mesmerizing that it beckoned him with an irresistible allure. There, amidst the dunes, stood a magnificent balloon. It wasn't just any balloon, it shimmered with an iridescence that mirrored the twilight sky, glowing softly as if lit from within. The balloon's fabric was a tapestry of purples, blues, and hints of green, adorned with patterns that seemed to dance and change as the light faded. It swayed gently, anchored to the earth by a silken rope, awaiting a traveller for its next journey. Fari approached with a mixture of awe and curiosity. He had heard tales from the elder foxes of magical artifacts appearing under the desert moon, but never had he seen such a wondrous object himself. The balloon seemed to resonate with a quiet hum, a melody of the wind and stars, inviting him to step closer. With a tentative paw, Fari touched the balloon's gondola, feeling the smooth, cool texture of the woven basket. It was sturdy, yet seemed to promise a journey as light as air itself. Around the balloon, the air was charged with a sense of expectation, as if the desert itself was holding its breath, waiting for Fari to make his choice. Overcoming his initial hesitation, Fari's adventurous spirit awoke. With a decisive leap, he climbed into the gondola. The balloon stirred, as if acknowledging its new passenger, ready to embark on a journey across the vast, starlit sky. As Fari settled in, he glanced back at the familiar landscape of his home. His attention was drawn to a small familiar figure near a cluster of rocks. It was Leena, a wise and elderly lizard, known throughout the desert for her knowledge of the land and its secrets. She lay basking in the last warmth of the setting sun, her scales reflecting a kaleidoscope of colours that blended seamlessly with the desert hues. Fari and Leena shared a special bond, formed over countless sunsets and sunrises. She had always been a source of wisdom and guidance for the young fox, telling him tales of the vast world beyond the dunes and encouraging his curious nature. Leena had seen many cycles of the moon and knew the desert's rhythms like the back of her claw. As Fari called out a gentle goodbye, Leena lifted her head, her eyes twinkling with a mix of affection and understanding. She had always sensed that Fari was destined for a journey beyond the ordinary. a journey that would take him beyond the boundaries of their sandy home. "Remember, Fari," she called out in her raspy yet soothing voice. "Every journey brings its lessons. Look for the wisdom in the stars, the stories in the winds, and always trust the instincts that guide you." Fari nodded, feeling a surge of gratitude and love for his old friend. Leena's words were a comforting balm, instilling in him the courage and confidence needed for the journey ahead. As the balloon began to lift, Leena watched with a proud yet wistful gaze. This was a moment of parting, but also a beginning of something new. An adventure that would shape the young fox's destiny. Fari watched Leena become smaller, her figure blending into the vast tapestry of the desert. He carried with him her wisdom, her words echoing in his heart, guiding him as he ventured into the unknown. The desert under the blanket of twilight waved goodbye to its sun, sending him off with a gentle breeze and the promise of a safe return. As the balloon gently lifted off, Fari felt an exhilarating sense of freedom. The ground slowly receded, and the vast expanse of the desert unfolded before him in a breathtaking panorama. The dunes, which had seemed so formidable on the ground, now appeared as soft undulating waves of sand stretching endlessly into the horizon. The setting sun cast a golden hue over the landscape, transforming the desert into a canvas of light and shadow. From this new vantage point, Fari could see the intricate patterns of the dunes, shaped by the wind's tireless artistry. The sparse vegetation, resilient and hardy, dotted the landscape, a testament to life's persistence in harsh environments. The occasional desert flower bloomed defiantly, adding a splash of colour to the monochromatic scene. The balloon ascended higher, and the cool night air enveloped Fari. He felt a sense of connection with the vast sky above and the earth below. The desert's secrets, hidden during the day, began to reveal themselves. Small creatures, nocturnal and elusive, emerged from their burrows, adding movement to the stillness below. Fari's eyes were drawn to an oasis in the distance, a rare sanctuary of life in the arid expanse. Palm trees swayed gently, their fronds whispering secrets of the water that sustained them. The reflection of the twilight sky in the still water of the oasis created a mirror image of the world above, a mesmerizing sight that captivated the young fox. As night fell, the desert transformed once more. The temperatures dropped, and the landscape was bathed in the soft, silvery light of the moon. Fari gazed at the moonlit desert, feeling a profound sense of peace and awe. The stark beauty of the night was a stark contrast to the day's harshness, revealing a different side of the desert he thought he knew so well. The balloon continued its ascent, guided by the gentle breezes of the night. Fari felt as though he was floating in a dream, carried by the whims of the wind. The stars began to emerge, a celestial show of sparkling lights that filled the sky. Fari looked up in wonder, his heart swelling with the infinite beauty of the universe. And a deep appreciation for the magical world he was a part of. As Fari's balloon sailed higher, he noticed a shadow gliding gracefully across the moonlit sky. It was Omar the owl, a wise and venerable creature known to all in the desert. With his expansive wings spread wide, Omar moved with a silent grace that seemed almost otherworldly. His feathers, a mottled blend of browns and greys, allowed him to blend seamlessly into the night sky. Omar flew alongside the balloon, his eyes reflecting the moon's glow with an ancient wisdom. Fari, thrilled by this encounter, greeted the owl with respectful enthusiasm. Omar greeted Fari with a soft, deep hoot that resonated with the quiet majesty of the desert night. Young Fari, Omar began in a voice that was both gentle and authoritative. The night sky is a vast canvas of stories and secrets. As you journey through it, remember that the stars above have guided countless travelers before you. Omar spoke of the constellations, pointing his wing towards the patterns in the stars, each with its own tale and significance. He told Fari about the North Star, a steadfast beacon in the ever-changing night sky, and how travellers used it to find their way. He shared stories of the great desert explorers who had navigated treacherous paths guided only by the celestial bodies. Fari listened in awe, absorbing every word. Omar's knowledge of the sky was as deep as the desert sands, and his stories brought the heavens to life. The young fox realized that the night sky was not just a spectacle of beauty, but a map and a history book all in one. As the balloon floated gently on the breeze, Omar offered Fari a piece of advice that would stay with him long after their encounter. In the vastness of the night, you may feel small, but remember, each creature has its place in the tapestry of the universe. You are on a path that is uniquely yours, guided by the light of 1,000 stars. With these wise words, Omar gave a final soft hoot and soared away, disappearing into the night. Fari watched him go, feeling a profound sense of gratitude and inspiration. The encounter had imbued him with a newfound respect for the night sky and its timeless guidance. The stars seemed to shine a little brighter for Fari now, each one a guidepost on his remarkable journey. Fari's balloon continued its tranquil ascent. He noticed a gentle rustling sound emanating from within the gondola. Curious, he peered into a small woven basket tucked in the corner, only to find a delightful surprise. There, nestled among the soft blankets, was Saba the scarab beetle, a renowned figure in desert lore. Her shell shimmered with iridescent colours that seemed to dance in the moonlight, casting tiny rainbows around the interior of the balloon. Saba, awakened by Fari's gentle gaze, greeted him with a series of soft musical clicks. She explained that she had been drawn to the balloon by its enchanting glow and had climbed aboard, seeking a quiet place to rest. Unbeknownst to her, her small sanctuary had taken to the skies. Fari was enchanted by this unexpected companion. Scarab beetles, as he had learned from the desert elders, were symbols of transformation and renewal in many ancient cultures. They were revered for their ability to navigate the desert, using the stars and the moon as their guides. As they shared the balloon's gentle ride, Saba told Fari about her life in the desert, her nightly journeys under the starlit sky, and the many wonders she had seen. Her stories were filled with insights about the delicate balance of desert life, the hidden beauty of the seemingly barren landscape, and the mystical qualities of the night. Saba's presence added a layer of magic to Fari's adventure. Her calm demeanour and wise words gave him a deeper understanding of the natural world and his place within it. The beetle spoke of the importance of every creature, no matter how small in the vast tapestry of life. As they conversed, the balloon floated serenely, carried by the gentle currents of the night air. The desert below, bathed in moonlight, seemed to listen to their exchange, a silent witness to the bond forming between the young fox and the wise beetle. Fari realized that this journey was more than a physical voyage. It was a journey of discovery and connection. Saba, with her intricate shell and ancient wisdom, was not just a fellow traveller, but a guide, teaching him about the resilience and beauty of life in the desert. Together, they continued their ascent. Two companions united by the magic of the night and the mysteries of the desert. The landscape below began to transform. The endless desert dunes gradually gave way to a different kind of terrain. Roads emerged, winding like serpents through the land, leading to a place where the natural world met human creation. They were approaching the city, a place of wonder and mystery to Fari, who had only heard tales of such places in the stories of desert travellers. The first sign of the city's presence was the glow on the horizon, a soft luminescence that grew brighter and more defined as they drew nearer. It was as if 1,000 stars had fallen to the earth, creating a sparkling tapestry on the ground. Lights in every hue flickered and danced, illuminating the night with their artificial brilliance. Fari's eyes widened in awe as the city came into full view. Buildings of various shapes and sizes stretched towards the sky, their windows shimmering like jewels in the night. The streets were veins of light, pulsing with the movement of vehicles and the rhythm of city life. The desert silence was replaced by a symphony of sounds. The distant hum of traffic, the soft murmur of voices, and the occasional siren in the far distance. Saba, nestled comfortably beside Fari, watched his reaction with a knowing gaze. She had seen many young creatures marvel at their first sight of the city. Each one experiencing a mix of awe and excitement. "The city is a world unto itself," she said softly. "It pulses with its own rhythm, a melody different from the desert, but just as captivating." The balloon descended slowly, drifting towards a park nestled in the heart of the city. The green space was a welcome sight amidst the concrete and steel. A reminder that even in the midst of human creation, nature found a way to thrive. Trees swayed gently in the breeze, and the soft rustling of leaves added a natural harmony to the city's soundtrack. As they landed, Fari stepped out of the balloon with a sense of wonder. He could feel the energy of the city vibrating beneath his paws, a stark contrast to the static calm of the desert. The city was alive, its heartbeat a constant undercurrent to the ebb and flow of its inhabitants' lives. For Fari, this was the beginning of a new chapter, a chance to explore a world he had only dreamed of. Where the wonders of the desert met the marvels of human ingenuity. Standing at the edge of the city park, Fari gazed out at the sprawling urban landscape before him. The contrast between the peaceful desert he knew so well and the bustling city was striking. Here, the night was not silent, but filled with a different kind of music, a symphony of urban life that resonated with energy and possibility. The city lights in their myriad colours and forms cast a magical glow over everything. Neon signs blinked in rhythmic patterns. Street lamps cast a warm golden hue on the sidewalks. And the headlights of cars moved like glowing insects through the streets. The city was a canvas of light, each illumination telling its own story, painting a picture of life lived at a pace so different from the desert's unhurried rhythm. Fari felt the vibration of the city under his feet, a steady, pulsing life force that seemed to flow through the streets and buildings, connecting everything and everyone. The night air was filled with a mix of scents and sounds. The aroma of food from nearby restaurants, the distant sound of music, and the occasional laughter of people enjoying the city's nightlife. Looking back at the desert, with its vast open spaces and star-filled sky, Fari felt a pang of nostalgia. There was a profound beauty in its simplicity and silence, a sense of timelessness that the city, with all its lights and noise, could not replicate. Yet there was something undeniably captivating about the city's vibrancy. The way it pulsed with life, its constant motion, a dance of human activity and interaction. As he took in the sights and sounds of the city, Fari realized that both the desert and the city had their unique rhythms and beauties. The desert was a place of introspection and peace, where the sky and earth spoke in whispers and the stars told ancient stories. The city, on the other hand, was a place of discovery and connection, where every corner held a new experience and every face told a different tale. This realization filled Fari with a sense of wonder and excitement. The city was a new world to explore, a place where he could learn and grow in ways he had never imagined. His heart opened to the experiences ahead. he knew that this journey would be one of the most memorable adventures of his life. As Fari explored the city park, a lively figure bounded towards him. It was Hadi the hare, a friend from his past desert adventures who had moved to the city. Hadi's fur glistened under the city lights, and his eyes sparkled with the excitement of urban life. He was a symbol of adaptability and change, having embraced the city with all its complexities. "Fari, welcome to the city," Hadi exclaimed. His voice was a familiar sound in this unfamiliar world, a comforting reminder of home. Hadi's energy was infectious, and his presence immediately put Fari at ease. Hadi was eager to show Fari around, to introduce him to the wonders of the city that he had come to love. He spoke of towering skyscrapers that seemed to touch the clouds, bustling markets filled with an array of sights, sounds and smells, and tranquil parks that offered a respite from the urban hustle. "The city is like a mosaic," Hadi explained. "A blend of different people, cultures, and experiences. It's constantly changing, always offering something new to discover." His words painted a picture of a vibrant, diverse place, full of opportunities for exploration and discovery. Fari was captivated by Hadi's descriptions. The desert, with its vast open spaces and predictable rhythms, seemed worlds away from this place of constant motion and unexpected encounters. Yet, there was an underlying connection, a sense of community and belonging. Whether under the open sky of the desert or amongst the city's crowded streets. As they ventured out of the park, Hadi leading the way, Fari's senses were overwhelmed with the city's vibrancy. The bright lights, the mix of languages spoken on the streets, the variety of architecture, all of it was exhilarating. Hadi pointed out his favourite spots: a small cafe with the best coffee, a bookstore with a cosy reading nook, and a viewpoint where the city's lights looked like a starry sky. Fari followed, taking it all in. With Hadi by his side, he felt a growing sense of excitement and curiosity. The city, with all its chaos and charm, was a new territory to be explored. A place where stories unfolded at every corner. As they disappeared into the lively streets, Fari knew that this city adventure with Hadi would be an unforgettable chapter in his life's journey. In the quiet of Hadi's cosy home, nestled among the rooftops of the city, Fari found a moment of peace to reflect on his incredible journey. He perched by the window, gazing out at the cityscape, now a familiar sight. The twinkling lights of the city blended with the stars above, creating a seamless tapestry of light that stretched into infinity. Fari thought back to the beginning of his adventure in the tranquil desert under the vast starry sky. He remembered the serenity of the dunes, the wisdom of Leena the lizard, and the mystical encounter with the glowing balloon that had started it all. Each memory was a precious moment, a part of the tapestry of his life that he would cherish forever. He reflected on his meeting with Omar the owl, whose wise words about the stars and the moon had opened his eyes to the wonders of the night sky. Then there was Saba, the scarab beetle, whose presence in the balloon had added an unexpected layer of magic and companionship to his journey. As Fari looked out over the city, he realized how much he had grown. The once unfamiliar sights and sounds of the urban landscape now felt comforting. A testament to his adaptability and openness to new experiences. The city, with its pulsating energy and diverse inhabitants, had taught him about the beauty of change and the excitement of exploration. Fari's heart swelled with gratitude for Hadi the hare, who had welcomed him with open arms and introduced him to the marvels of the city. Hadi's friendship had made the transition from the quiet desert to the bustling city an experience full of joy and wonder. In this moment of quiet reflection, Fari understood that his journey was more than a physical voyage from one place to another. It was a journey of the soul, a journey of discovery and growth. Fari felt a profound sense of contentment. His adventure had shown him the vastness of the world and the endless possibilities it held. He knew that the memories of this journey would stay with him, guiding him in his future adventures and reminding him always of the magic that lies in embracing the unknown. After a short while, Fari turned his attention back to the magical balloon that had been his vessel on this incredible journey. He stepped outside onto the small balcony, where the balloon still floated, tethered gently to the railings. In the soft glow of the city lights, it seemed to shimmer, holding the last vestiges of the desert's magic. Fari realized it was time for the balloon to return to the desert, to await its next adventurer. With a touch of sadness mixed with gratitude, he untied the rope. The balloon, as if understanding its cue, began to ascend gracefully into the night sky. Fari watched as it rose higher, becoming smaller and smaller, until it was just a speck against the canvas of stars. This poignant moment was a symbol of letting go, of understanding that some experiences, no matter how beautiful, are meant to be transient. The balloon had been a guide and companion on a journey that changed him. But its departure signified Fari's readiness to embrace his new surroundings and the adventures that awaited him in the city. He carried within him the lessons and memories of the desert, the wisdom of his encounters, and the excitement of new friendships. Returning inside, Fari found a cozy spot in Hadi's home. A small nook that reminded him of his burrow in the desert. As he curled up, the sounds of the city outside became a distant lullaby. In these quiet moments before sleep, Fari realized how much he had grown. The journey had taught him about courage, curiosity, and the joy of discovery. He understood now that home was not just a place, but a feeling. A sense of belonging, whether under the open skies of the desert or in the heart of the bustling city. His journey has only just begun. Drifting off to sleep, Fari's dreams were a beautiful blend of his past and present. In his dreams, the desert stars shone over the city's skyline, merging two worlds into one harmonious landscape. His heart was full of peace, knowing that he carried the spirit of the desert within him wherever he went. This journey, a bridge between two worlds, had shown him the beauty of both. And in his dreams, they coexisted in perfect harmony. May your dreams be filled with the same tranquility we've shared in our stories.